Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Fantastic.
Yeah, of course.
Wonderful. Let's begin again then. I'll repeat my question. I want to start with the numbers. 644, more or less, Lebanese civilians and soldiers have been killed. Well over 2,000 have been injured. Israel would say those numbers are so high because Hezbollah is basically putting troops and its fighters in the residential areas, hospitals, schools, homes. How do you respond to those charges?
Absolutely wrong. I mean, Hezbollah is not launching any attacks against the northern towns of occupied Palestine from residential areas, from hospitals or schools. Actually, this has been proved even by military experts. They say the kind of rockets that Hezbollah is launching can never be in any way launched from residential areas because those people who are launching them will be killed. So it needs open fielded, it needs valleys and orchards, and you have many of them in south of Lebanon. This is one thing. And Hezbollah is fighting in the borderline and in the bordering villages with occupied Palestine, inflicting damage on the Israeli soldiers and personnel and the military personnel in the first place.
So you're saying that those 2,000 rockets that have already been fired into Israel, those have all come from basically barren areas, nowhere near residential areas, as Israel would claim?
Absolutely. I mean, they have to produce any proof about that. They said something about during the Kana massacre, the famous Kana that they committed, the massacre that Hezbollah launched rockets from that area. And then after one day, they said, no, there has never been any kind of launching rockets. They don't need, I mean, after all, Hezbollah is not going to launch these kind of rockets from residential areas for one simple, clear reason. They are fighting to defend their people. Their families are there. Their fathers, mothers, sons and daughters. How can they possibly do something to kill their own families?
Let's talk a little bit about the civilian casualties, frankly, on both sides of this conflict. This is what the Israeli Prime Minister Olmert had to say. Take a listen, if you will.
Every time a civilian is killed by an Israeli, we consider it as a failure. And we regret it very much because it's never been our strategy and we don't want to achieve it.
Would Hezbollah say the same thing about the civilians who've been killed in this conflict, the 27 Israeli civilians, many of them children who've been killed?
Absolutely. I mean, Hezbollah from the very beginning, they are not targeting civilian targets. They are fighting military for military. It's the Israelis who has started this. Ever since Hezbollah made this operation and captured